What's up guys, I'm C5 from the Beefy Smash Dudes, and you might have heard about the so-called 2-frame punish, or 2-frame vulnerability, or whatever you wanna call it. Well, in this video we're going to explain exactly what it is, how you can use it, and how you can avoid it. When you grab a ledge, your character usually becomes invulnerable for a short amount of time. But a lot of times, for the first 2 frames of grabbing it, this invulnerability is not active yet, which means that your character can get hit during that time. There are a few exceptions that I will get to later. If your opponent uses this opportunity and hits you during that short time window, that is called a 2-frame punish. Now, there are a few reasons why that can be pretty useful. First of all, some characters are invulnerable while recovering with an up special, like Sheik and Mewtwo, or have super armor like King Dedede. This means that they can't get knocked back until they grab the ledge. Here the 2 frames of vulnerability come in very handy. These are the only 2 frames where you can hit, for example, Sheik when she uses her up special to grab the ledge. Another important thing to note is the position of the characters during those 2 frames. A lot of times the position of their bodies is higher during those 2 frames than during their recovery move. This makes it easier for you to hit them even without going off stage. Now, the exact position during the 2 frames varies every time, depending on where the character came from. If they grab the ledge from far away, their position during the 2 vulnerable frames is also pretty far away from the ledge and usually higher up. If they recover from directly below the ledge, their ledge grab position is closer to the stage and a bit lower. By the way, characters also experience the 2 frames of vulnerability if they just grab onto it without using a recovery move. But that's not very relevant since they are vulnerable before grabbing onto it anyways. Tether recoveries, on the other hand, don't really fall into the same category. Characters that use them are vulnerable for the whole animation until they actually grab the ledge with their hands, but they don't have those 2 extra frames where their hurt boxes rise above the level of the stage. Now, about those exceptions I mentioned earlier. Teleport recoveries, that's Zelda's, Palutena's, Mewtwo's and Sheik's up specials, can grab the ledge while being fully invulnerable without the 2 frames of vulnerability. If they use their up special from above the height of the ledge, they are intangible for the whole duration. If they use it from below, they still get the 2 punishable frames. Okay, now there are a lot of ways you can punish your opponent during those 2 frames. Theoretically, you can use any moves, even aerials that spike your opponent, as a punish. It's just very hard to hit those moves in exactly those 2 frames. Remember that the game runs on 60 frames per second, which means that your opponent is vulnerable for only 1/30th of a second. Obviously, moves that are active for a long time and have big hitboxes are the easiest to hit, like for example Yoshi's neutral air and Cloud's down air. But these moves still might not be the safest or most efficient way to do it. If you miss it, you are off stage and your opponent is not. You give up stage control, which is risky. What we are looking for is a safe strategy with a high success rate. Smashes can be devastating that close to the blast box, but it's still hard to hit them in exactly those 2 frames. And if you miss the punish, you might have so much lag that your opponent can get a free hit. Tilt moves, on the other hand, usually don't have a lot of lag and can be extremely practical. Even though one hit doesn't deal a lot of damage or knockback, a tilt is safe and can start a nice combo. Fox up tilt, for example, is an amazing tool for punishing the 2 vulnerable frames. It's fast, almost lagless, has a pretty big hitbox and can be a combo starter. Look for moves like that if you want to find the optimal 2-frame punish. Throwable items can also be pretty useful for that. If you drop them directly above the ledge by pressing grab, the item falls very slowly, which means that it's in the area of where your opponent will be vulnerable for a long time. This makes it easier to hit exactly those 2 frames, and even if you don't have the perfect timing, the item could also just hit your opponent before he even reaches the ledge. Combine that with a quick tilt or aerial to increase your chances of hitting them even more. With Diddy Kong's banana peel, there is an even cooler trick you can do. If you run off stage and throw the banana peel against the ledge, it will stay in place for a brief moment and then start descending slowly. During that whole process, its hitbox is active in exactly the spot where your opponent will be vulnerable. After it hits, you can use your double jump and an aerial to punish your opponent even harder while getting back on stage. Special moves can of course also be used as 2-frame punish. Here are a few practical examples. Now, if you are the one recovering, there is not a lot you can do to avoid these 2 frames. Like I said earlier, with teleport recoveries, you can recover safely from above the ledge. So if you get the possibility, use that to avoid a possible 2-frame punish. Also, some characters have so big hitboxes when recovering that they don't really have to worry about the 2-frame punish, like Zero Suit Samus, Corrin, Ryu and many more. But others, like for example Rosalina, have a hard time avoiding it. One thing they can do is try to recover very low or hug the wall while doing it, so their hurt boxes are not that high and therefore harder to hit when grabbing the ledge. One extremely important thing to note is that you get your double jump back if you get 2-frame punished. Technically, you are grabbing the ledge right when you get hit. That's why you will always get your double jump back. Remember that and make use of it. This can save your life in some situations. The last method that can prevent some characters from getting 2-frame punished is to press down while using their up special. We like to call it the Beefy up B. Most of you probably know that if you press down while recovering, your character won't grab the ledge but fly past it. If your opponent tries to get the 2-frame punish a lot, you can sometimes surprise and hit them with this trick. Be aware though that if you get knocked out of that, you won't get your double jump back, which could make the situation even worse than just getting 2-frame punished. I hope that this video could clarify the whole 2-frame thing. It's a bit complicated, but already a fluent term in the Smash community and really important in high-level matches, so you should definitely know about it. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. And if you like what we're doing and want to support us, you can do that on our Patreon page. Even the smallest donation helps us out a lot. There are also some cool rewards you can receive, so check it out if you want. Anyways, thanks for watching, see you soon and stay beefy.